£3 million per week. That's how much Chelsea's value has increased under Roman Abramovich. Since his takeover, no club in world football has spent more on the transfer market, and no English club has won more trophies. With UK government sanctions making it impossible for Abramovich to continue, Chelsea is now set to be taken over for a reported world record close to £3 billion. That's more than Man United's current value. So why on earth is Chelsea worth that much? No matter what accounting model you use to value the club, you get nowhere near that number. Experts agree that Chelsea is not worth more than £2 billion. So why are the new owners set to pay almost £1 billion more than what Chelsea is worth on paper? Welcome to Athletic Interest. In this video, we explain why Chelsea is being sold for far more than its face value and what the deal means for European football. The sale of Chelsea brings up a very interesting question. How do you value a football club? According to football accountant Kieran Maguire, there are a number of different ways to value a club. First, comparative analysis. This basically means taking the value of a similar club and adjusting the price slightly based on differences in revenue streams or the number of fans. Imagine that you compare Arsenal with Chelsea. While both clubs are in similar locations and have comparable sponsorship incomes, Chelsea would get a higher valuation because of their recent success and superior broadcasting income. The multivariate model, as developed by Dr. Tom Markham, considers a number of factors including revenues, profits and popularity to spit out a value. Another popular method is known as discounted cash flow. Here, investors attempt to understand the value of a club by analyzing the potential size of its future income. In the case of Chelsea, investors could consider the possibility of a new stadium or an increase in broadcasting revenue due to audience growth in the US and Asia. While the value of Chelsea varies depending on the method chosen, most experts agree that Chelsea is not worth more than £2 billion. To understand why someone would be willing to pay almost £1 billion above face value for Chelsea, we first need to understand the business behind the badge. Like every top club, Chelsea's income can be split into three sources. Matchday income is any money made through the sale of tickets or corporate hospitality. Commercial income includes money made from sponsorship deals or merchandise sales. And finally, broadcasting income, also known as TV money and competition prize money. While Chelsea's sponsorship income has grown dramatically under Abramovich, they are still unable to attract the huge commercial deals that their rivals enjoy. This gap in commercial appeal comes from the fact that clubs like Madrid, United and Barca have built their brands across several decades of continued success. Chelsea are relative newcomers and will require more time and trophies in order to catch up. This gap in global appeal can be measured through social media, with Chelsea trailing their rivals by over 150 million followers. The club's broadcasting income is far more competitive thanks to the worldwide popularity of the Premier League. This income is boosted by sustained success in competitions, something that is no longer guaranteed when Abramovich's money dries up. Chelsea's matchday income has started to stagnate. Their rivals, especially those in the Champions League, have far larger stadiums and generate up to double Chelsea's yearly matchday income. Any attempt to increase the capacity of Stamford Bridge would cost more than £1 billion and take a number of years to complete. With their income streams stagnating, the club has relied on almost £2 billion in debt to remain competitive. Considering Chelsea's unsustainable financial position, it is clear that the new owners see a hidden value that doesn't show up on the balance sheet. Perhaps the Premier League's growing popularity in the US and Asia will trigger lucrative new broadcasting deals. The new owners may turn to new technology such as fan tokens as a way of monetizing the club's millions of worldwide supporters. Alternatively, Chelsea could transform into a talent factory, making billions on the transfer market by selling their young talent to rivals. This approach could prove lucrative for Chelsea. Since 2015, they have earned €250 million from selling academy players. Whatever the reason behind the high valuation, a strong signal has been sent to the investment world. Football is a growth industry, and that signal could have a big impact on other clubs as well. For example, it could be good news for Manchester United fans. The club is currently owned by the Glazer family and has a number of shares floated on the stock market. Thanks to the public nature of United's shares, it is possible to track the club's value in real time. With United struggling both on and off the field, investors have given the club an overall market cap of around £2 billion. The most recent Forbes valuation, which removes the fluctuations of the stock market, gives United a valuation of £3 billion. If investors are seeing English football as a growth market, then Manchester United is clearly undervalued. United have millions more fans than Chelsea. In fact, they are one of the most followed clubs in world football. They also have a far larger stadium, greater commercial opportunities, and one of the biggest stars ever on their payroll. With United's current owners reportedly looking to sell, and Chelsea being sold for an inflated value, a new consortium may be encouraged to make a bid for United. On the other end of the spectrum, we have Tottenham. For years, Daniel Levy has been convinced that he can sell Tottenham for at least £3.5 billion. He even rejected a £3 billion bid in February 2022. With Chelsea being sold for £3 billion, Levy will need to rethink his asking price. The club's limited success has seen them fall behind Chelsea in terms of revenues and brand appeal. Despite this, Tottenham has one feature that could help Levy maintain his high valuation. The club's new £1 billion stadium has 8,000 premium seats, 70 corporate boxes, thousands of square meters of shopping and event space, and a brewery capable of pouring 10,000 pints a minute. Tottenham doubled their matchday revenue between 2015 and 2020. From 2021 onwards, the club is expected to bring in around €5 million in profit from every home game. That figure does not account for extra revenue from hosting concerts and NFL games. With the government sanctions forcing Abramovich into a fire sale of his UK assets, many experts predicted that Chelsea would be sold for less than its face value. £3 billion later, and investors have sent out a strong message. The football market is a growth market. Whether the new owners are betting on broadcasting income or fan tokens, the inflated price of Chelsea could encourage other investors to enter the market, pushing up the price of every major club in European football. Looks like the golden years of football haven't come to an end after all, as many commentators predicted in 2020. If you enjoy nerding out on sports, business and culture, make sure to subscribe to our channel and check out our newsletter. Once a week, we break down the business behind sports and talk about the biggest deals, stories and general madness of the week.